Hello, everybody. And how are we today? All right. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome to Tuesday night. We are going to make a fun holiday shaker card tonight. Oh, 1 second. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Faith. Hi, Robin. Okay. So tonight I wanted to really try something that I recently saw Jennifer McGuire do. So I'm really excited about it. I've never tried this technique before, but we'll get to that in a minute. So first, I'm going to talk. This is the Poinsettia Joy stamp set. This came out from the vault. And what I'm going to do is create a border. Hi, Carolyn. How are you? Long time no see. I am going to create a frame for our shaker. So I'm just going to pop this paper into the MISTI, and I'm going to line up the stamps. Oh, hello, Christopher. Okay, so I'm going to take this beautiful poinsettia piece, and I'm going to kind of stamp it in different areas around our border here. And I'm going to stamp this with Raven Detail ink, and I think I'm just going to use the poinsettia piece. So, hi, Penny. So we may, or I shouldn't say we may, we will be moving this around quite a bit to create this frame. So how is everyone today? Did everyone have a good day? I had a good day. Hi, Maria. Okay. So what we're going to do is just, like I said, stamp this around. And we're going to be die cutting. Oh, look how beautiful that is, you guys. Oh, my goodness. Let me push this up. I don't know if you can see it on the frame. This stamp is really, really pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of move the stamp this way to get up into the corner. Hi, Tisha. Oh, wow. I love this stamp, you guys. It's so pretty. So I'm actually going to clean it off with some Squeaky Clean before I move it again, because I don't want to get any, if there's any like residual ink, I don't want to mess up what we've already created here. Because I think we're just going to do like 2 more stampings. And I'm just doing this like very sporadically. There's no real rhyme or reason as to what I'm doing. And you'll see why in a few moments, once we are able to cut her out. Yeah, this is the Raven detail ink. It really does show the detail really well in this stamp. I will say it's pretty stunning. Hold on, I didn't get enough ink, I think, on that. Let me just... Maria, I love... Yeah, it's just, I mean, the detail in this stamp is, it's pretty great. Okay, so I'm just gonna move this paper, and then I think we'll put our last little bit like this. Has anybody already begun making holiday stuff? Holiday cards, gifts, tags, whatever. Okay, perfect. So up here, since the stamp was like off the MISTI, it didn't really stamp all the way, but that's okay because I don't really need that to be stamped because we're gonna die cut it. We are going to die cut it into a frame, as a matter of fact. And I don't know if anybody saw me I made a Halloween shaker card a couple of weeks ago, and people seem to really like that. So I decided to try another shaker today. And I have a better technique of getting the shaker raised up so you can put all your little bits in there. So I'm excited for that. But first, I think what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna take these two colors of Simon Hurley ink. I have the Game Over and the Fake Plant. So that's what I'm gonna kind of color these images in pretty quickly. And I'm going to use a water brush to do that. So all I'm gonna do over here on my little pad, my little mat over here, I'm just gonna stamp the ink pad out and get some of these colors on there. And then that way I can take the ink from right here and kind of do like a little watercoloring. Okay, so I have a water brush. Ooh, a little bit of water. Squeeze some water out. And I'll just dip into this fake, Game Over is what it's called. I'm sorry, I was gonna say Fake Plant. But Fake Plant is actually the green. It's actually the green. Okay. This stamp set does not have dies, no, unfortunately. It does not. This was a stamp set from a while ago that was in the vault that had been I don't want to say retired, but retired, I guess. I guess is the right word. So we brought it back for the holidays. It was very highly requested, but there are currently not any dies to go with this stamp set. So I'm basically creating kind of just like a wash of this color initially with a little bit of water, and then I'm gonna go in with less water once these dry a little bit to add a little more bold color to it. But you can accomplish this really quickly just with a water brush and cover a lot of area pretty fast. And I'm telling you, I just love poinsettias. I think they are just such just a beautiful part of the winter season. There's just such a vibrant red, and I love it. I love it. Although I do like white poinsettias too. I think they're very elegant. Hi, Penny. Oh, hi, Heather Collins. Look at you. Popping in, sneaking in. So I also, if you see next to me, I have the rectangle foundation dies sitting here. That's what I'm going to use to cut out our frame for the shaker card that we're making. I'm going to be putting this onto a black card base. And I think we're going to use some of the candy stripe paper in the background to kind of make it a little more fun. Hi, Gina. Okay, so we have two of them red now. Now we'll kind of, I'm going to try to speed up. Get this done a little quicker. Hi, Heather White. How are you? Yeah, so you guys, I promise what we're going to do with this shaker is I'm really excited about it, and I think it's really cool. So I'm trying to like paint this up as quick as possible so we can get to the fun part. Okay, so one more to really get red. So what's everybody's favorite things to make for the holidays? Does anyone have any favorites? Do you like to make cards? Does anybody make their own wrapping paper? I've seen people do that before. I'm very curious. Does anyone like put stamped images on wrapping paper? Your husband's pizzelles. I love a good pizzelle, Maria. I love those cookies. Okay, so I'm going to let the red kind of dry out a bit. In the meantime, I'm just going to dip into some of this green and go into these leaves. And then this color is called Fake Plant. Oh, that's fun, Shannon. Some kind of Advent-y project. I like that idea. Yeah, I really like to make cookies. That's one of my favorite things to make at the holidays, is cookies. I love cookies. Oh my God. Yeah, homemade card kits. I want to do that too. Homemade card kits. So for anyone who thinks that, I don't know if anyone else has done this. So like you would make a bunch of cards for like a bunch of different holidays, occasions, you know, birthdays, Valentine's Day, Halloween, 4th of July, whatever it may be. Fall cards, sympathy cards, those kind of things. And not like write in them or anything, but you would put them into a box and give that whole box like as a gift to someone. And then they would have like a year's worth of cards to use to send to people. I think that's a really, really great idea. Oh yeah, cookie exchanges. Those were fun. I've done one of those a time or two. Tarts. Hmm. I don't know what that is, but a tart sounds delicious. French coconut pie. Oh my word, I'm like missing some of these comments. That sounds delicious. So again, you could color in these flowers however you wish. Or, I mean, if you really don't want to color it in, you could totally, just like emboss it in gold or something. Okay, I'm just gonna stamp out a little more of the game over color so I can get like all, instead of water, I can just get like all ink. So we get a more like rich color. I'm just gonna kind of paint that, just flowing outwards from the center of these, and then maybe come back in with some water after. So we just add a little more dimension to our flowers. And I have no special technique to this part, to what I'm doing. I'm literally just flicking the brush. What am I missing? I'm not paying attention again. Oh, yeah, the tart. Oh my gosh. So Heather White and the team at Brutus Monroe got this like fruit custard tart thing for my birthday this year from Heather and Christopher's cousin. She owns a bakery here in Pittsburgh, and oh my gosh, it was so good. It was so delicious. I loved it. I was very happy that they got that. I actually had saw a photograph of this item, of this tart, on her Instagram page, and I had mentioned it to Heather White, like how good it looked, and then she remembered. I think that was so thoughtful. I like whenever people like remember things that you talk about, and then they, get something for you based on what you're saying. I like that. It shows that they pay attention and care. Okay. And now, you guys, also, if I wasn't doing this live and didn't have a lot that I wanted to kind of get through, I probably would be not doing this so quickly. And I would be, a little neater and pay more attention. But I really want to get through our next steps. So I'm kind of just blopping the color on there so you get the picture, and you can do whatever you like with this at another time. See what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm just going to spray some squeaky clean and wipe up our little mat so we don't get this ink anywhere that it shouldn't be. Okay. Ooh. Nice and fresh. Oh yeah, you can totally put gold glitter glaze in the center. That would be really pretty, actually. Okay, so next steps. So I'm just gonna get my die cutting platform here. And then, so like I said, this is the rectangle foundations dies. So the largest one, the biggest die there is, you guys, cuts an A2 size card. Okay? So I think this looks about where I want that to be, where I want it to cut. So all this outside will be done. And then, so since we're making a frame, I'm not going to pick the next size down. I'm going to pick the next one beyond that. So I guess like the third one, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it'll be the third one in. Oh, let me flip it around so it actually cuts. So you can do it like this, or you could even go one smaller and have a bigger frame. You see what I'm saying? So truthfully, it's up to you. But for the purpose of this live, I want this size of a frame. Okay? So then we're also going to have to die cut what's going to build up this frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put purple tape. Hi, Dion. I'm going to put purple tape, obviously, to hold it. But I want to make sure that the purple tape is really pressed onto the two dies and that they're where I want, where I want them to cut, because I'm going to be using this same kind of like sandwich or same frame for the parts that are going to build up our frame, so we have space for the shaker. If that like makes sense to you guys. Okay, so I'm actually going to tape this in several points so it all stays together. So when I take this off, I can put it onto the next piece and it will have the same border. Okay, I hope I'm making sense and I don't sound like crazy. You'll see. It's going to make sense, I promise. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to, put this on our plate in our die cutting machine, and I'm just going to run it. Let me grab the machine, and I'm just going to run it through. And then once we have that done, I'm going to show you. We're going to also just at this right next cut out the part that builds up the frame. So anybody who watched me make the shaker card the last time, I used a whole bunch of foam squares, and it kind of took a while because I needed it all to be even all the way around, yada, 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 which is great. You can totally do that. But you can also build up your frame. Okay, so look, you guys, look how pretty that is. We have a little frame. There's so much more to this, and I'm really excited. So basically, I'm going to carefully peel this tape off to ensure that our framing stays intact. Okay? But anyways, what I'm getting at, let me move my inks. I have these pieces here. So I'm going to cut, this is just fun foam. Okay? It's just black fun foam. They sell at any craft store. Amazon. Actually, we'll just leave. Ugh. Okay. All right, so that side did move a little bit. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Because the top stayed and this stayed. At any rate, okay, so I'm going to move this like this. And then I'll put this back just as a guide to make sure we're still where we want to be. I think it's about right. If it's not, we can trim it down. But you get the point, okay? So now we're going to die cut this. Okay. And then we're going to have to actually do this 2 times. All right, you guys. Oh, no. That's okay. It kind of shifted, but there's still enough there for it to work. So we're good. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Okay, so we need to peel off our little frame. Okay, we've totally lost control at this point. That's okay. At any rate, so I'll just reline this up with this piece. Okay, I think that works. So we need to have 2 of these. Because we have to have, so like, you see how that fits on there? So we need to have 2, so our shaker piece, like the little shaker bits, can move around. That's what I'm getting at here. Oh my gosh, Dion, don't feel like a failure at all. Oh my word. You are not a failure. I'll give you a virtual hug. How about that? Okay. All right, so now we have finished up this bit of cutting. And then the other thing you can do, so these center pieces that we cut out of this fun foam, you can hang on to these, all right? Don't throw them away. And then you can glue them together and use this as a back to like pop something up in the future. Or you could use this piece that I cut out of the center as something like that. So don't throw your fun foam pieces away. Definitely save those because there's a lot you can do with that stuff. A lot. Okay. So now we can put our dies back. Pop those there. And we'll set the dies aside. So now we have our two frames. Okay. And what I'm going to do is just use some liquid adhesive, and I'm going to glue this together now. So as we're, finishing the other parts of the card, this will have some time to dry. This might be the empty one. Yes, you shouldn't be crying at all, but Dion, I'm glad that you are having a better day today. That makes me smile. Okay, so I have glued together our two layers of the foam. And then just so you know, so we'll be putting this frame over top of the whole thing, but first we would have to have our shaker piece. So again, like I said, we're using a black card base. So I'm just going to glue this to the card base right now as well. And the reason I chose to use the black fun foam is for the fact that I am using a black card base. So that way on the outside border of your project, you don't have a really, like a white border. Okay. And you just want to make sure that your foam is still lined up together as you press it onto the card base. Okay. Okay, so this part seems to be about good. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of purple tape. I want this to I just wanna make sure it doesn't shift as it's drying. So I'm just gonna put that on there and then maybe along the bottom as well. And I'll leave this like this while we're finishing up the other pieces. So it has, so it doesn't shift. So it dries right where I want it to dry. And if for some reason I bump it. Hi, Cheryl. Okay, so I know the purple tape's there, but then, so as you can see, I know I just showed you this, but our poinsettia frame will go right over top of this. So we're gonna set this over to the side and let her dry. And now comes the exciting part that I was telling you about, guys. This is the part that I saw Jennifer McGuire do. So I'm just turning on my Mink, and we are going to be doing some stamping again. We are going to use the same poinsettia image for this, but we're gonna stamp. I know this sounds crazy. We're going to stamp into a laminating pouch, okay? So this is the Scotch laminating pouch that I'm using. They sell these on Amazon. There's like 100 of them come in a pack. They're 8.5 by 11. So obviously, we don't need like the whole piece. So I'm gonna just trim up a little bit so it fits into the MISTI. Oh boy. Oh good, I'm glad you saw this video too. Yeah, so she did some stamping onto this. So I'm just gonna trim off this little piece and set that aside maybe for something for another time. So what we're going to be using, now I'm going to be using the Alabaster White Pigment ink, okay? And it's a pigment ink. That's the important part. That was my big takeaway from this technique, okay? So, we're gonna open up the pouch, okay? So these pouches open. So you would put whatever you're laminating inside. So we have to pull it open. Only 600 cards to go. You got that right. You know, all right, fine. Well, this is, there's only 100 in the pack. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, you guys. I'm going to take some purple tape, okay? And I'm going to put our frame underneath the laminating pouch, okay? I hope we're following along. Underneath. So this is under the pouch, all right? So that way, I have a bit of a guide. So I can take our stamp. Now, granted, I could have done this like, I can actually put this piece back in too. It might make it easier. Oh, is this the right way? Nope. This is the right way. So if I put the middle piece we cut out, that actually will probably help me line it up better. So what I kind of want to do here is line up the stamp on this pouch the same way I stamped it on the frame. Okay? I think I'm like out of the frame though right now. Hold on. Let me see what I can do. I don't know. Well, I can't move this any further because the flap of my pouch is getting in the way. So we'll have to catch here. Let me do it this way. There we go. I fixed my flap. It was really flapping in the wind here. I'm hoping you can see it. Okay. So yeah, I think you can see it now. So basically what I'm doing is I'm lining up the stamp on the same line, or as close as possible to what I had stamped onto our frame. Okay? So I have the magnet at the top, but I think I'm going to put, yeah, the flap was not cooperating, Maria. That, you are absolutely right. I don't have enough room on the desk right at the moment. Okay. So I'm going to ink this up, and we are going to hope for the best. Disclaimer, I have never done this before, okay? This is a real juicy pad, so that's good news. We have a real juicy alabaster ink pad. Okay. So I'm going to just put it down, press onto the inside. Remember, this is the inside of the lamination pouch. And I don't know if you can see it, but it has stamped the image. Just like it did. It actually stamped right over the purple tape, right onto my Misty. So I'm going to actually clean this off. This stamp was squeaky clean. Because I'm going to do the top corner as well. But I don't want to have any, mistakes. I want to make sure I have all the ink cleared off. Fresh and clean, fresh stamp. Okay. So she's nice and clean. And now we'll go into the section that is way easier for you to see in the frame. I may have to move the magnet. All right, so now I play that game again, lining up the stamp. It's like a puzzle. It's like a little puzzle, you guys. I have to figure out where it goes. Okay, so it's going to go right here. Perfect. All right, so let's stamp that down. Okay. And now, okay, I don't want to put too much ink on it this time like I did for the last one. So I just want to, because I don't want to get it like all over the Misty. Okay. So here goes nothing. Yeah, she did really cool things with this technique. And I'll tell you, so I've been really anxious to try this out. And you guys, I love to try things out with you for the first time. And the reason I like to try them out with you for the first time is because I want you to see how it happens. I don't want you to see me do something that I've already tried like 10 times and fixed all the problems, So I prefer to get the real honest, this is how it happened kind of situation going here. So I'm only stamping those two. These other two I'm just leaving blank because remember we're gonna put some shaker bits in here, and we're gonna put some fake snow pieces in here. Okay, so now hopefully I don't mess this up. I'm going to peel all that off. We can peel out our pieces. Ooh. Okay, there's the magnet. And then we get the Misty out of the way. And then what we have left is this piece, this lamination sheet. So here's the other tip. You have to put a piece of paper. So this is like a scrap piece of cardstock. So you need something to go into the top of this to feed it into your mink or your laminator or whatever it may be, so that you don't have, so that the lamination doesn't flop Oh, look, see, she just said it. So I'm going to take this whole thing. You see how it's stamped on there? And I'm going to go put it into the machine. And I know you guys can still hear me, but the mink is kind of across the room. So I'm going to put it through the mink. I fed it in. Hopefully it comes out the other side. That's all I need on this live for it to come on the wrong side. So talk amongst yourselves while the laminator's laminating. And then once it's pulled out, I will show you what we have done. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. It's halfway there, you guys. It's coming. It's coming. Halfway through. This is not one of those things that through the magic of live TV I already have one done, because I sure don't. We did it live right here with you. Okay. Okay, guys, I have bad news. I don't think the mink was hot enough because it didn't seal it. We have to try this again. I'm sorry. We have to do it again. It didn't seal it like it. I don't know how to explain it. I don't even want to show you. It's a mess. It didn't seal it, like sealed it very sporadically. So we're just gonna quickly do another one because I don't know that I let that heat up enough. But that's okay. Now that we know what we're doing. Well, here's a funny story. We're going to do it all over again. That's the surprise. Okay. This will be much easier the second time around. I know. It just, it didn't do what, I don't know how to explain it. You know how, like, if you've ever laminated something and there's, like, parts of it, or, like, if you ever, in your, like, class in school, pieces of it were still, like, open on the edges and stuff. That's kind of what just happened. So, well, that's not going to work. And that has everything to do with the heat of the machine. So real quick, I'm just going to stamp this on 2 more times. Da-da-da-da. Okay. Here we go. Look. Oh. I didn't put enough ink. Okay. So there's the first one. But everything else I told you to do all the way this far is good so far. So far, so good. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. And then this one, I think, goes just like this. Okay, the mink is now beeping at me again. She says she's ready. So There we are. But you can also just use a laminator. I have a regular laminator too. I'm not really certain where it is though. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, doke. Okay, doke. 2 parachutes. All right, now I gotta grab another piece of cardstock to stick through the top. Sorry, I stepped away for a moment here. Stepped right away. Okay, so I have also kind of heated that up a little bit because I don't know that you actually have to, but she did. But I think she says that you don't have to. But I'm doing it anyway, it's just in case. All right, now I gotta put my piece of paper in and slide it back through. And hopefully we are all good to go. Hopefully it sticks this time. And we won't have to do anything more. Okay, sorry, I got like really quiet. Yep, guess we'll find out. Okay. So here's the thing, you guys. It does have to be dry. It has to be dry. We have to do another one. So if it's not dry, it's gonna smear it. But the little corners that I dried in heat set, those looked good. But we're gonna do this one more time. I know, this is, yes. So the ink smeared where it was not dry. But the good news is we have the right temperature for the sheet to seal. So there we go. Leaps and bounds. Third time's the charm. I know I might need all 100 sheets. See, I told you guys, see, I was going to do this live, and here we are. Live and away. I know, thank goodness I got the big box. Yeah, so that's the ticket. And the reason is I would show it to you, but I don't want to show it to anyone and then make anyone be like discouraged. So I will show, once we have this one done, I will show you that one and show you what I mean about it being dry. Because it definitely has to be dry. 100%. Things I learned on a live stream. Things I learned during the live. Oh boy. This, okay. Straighten it up, straighten it up. Bam. Perfect. Well, I'll tell you what though. I'm getting real good at cleaning this stamp today. And you probably could do this and just kind of let it air dry for a little while as well. Like, but I definitely think it needs to be dry. And I can't wait to show you why. Yeah, I think it just needs to be like dry to the touch. All right. All right, you guys. And I will say this ink pad is like super full, juiced up. If I had been working with like maybe more of a dried out one, maybe it would have been easier, but it's like a real juicy pad. I haven't really used this ink in a while, like this kind, and I think by re-inking it, she got a little juicy. Okay, let me get the heat gun and I'll just do that right over here. But you have to be careful not to melt this because remember, it is it is a lamination sheet, so you don't want to get it like too hot. Oh, hi, Christina Cross. Okay. Now let me see if this is dry. Ish. Oh, I didn't put our piece of paper in there. I'll have to cut a new one. If this doesn't work this time around, we're going to go to plan B. Because I can't do this all night long. Okay. So, piece of paper back in the top here. Hopefully it's dry enough. Guess we'll find out. I have a good feeling about this one. You know what? I have a pretty good feeling about this one too. We'll see. We shall see. Halloween mommy tax. Heather, what's Halloween mommy tax? I'm very curious. Chocolate bar. What? Oh. A chocolate bar. I need a Halloween mommy tax. Are you saying you stole that from your children? Okay, guys. So it worked. I think that I probably could have let it dry a little more or heat set it a little longer. But our stamping is basically intact here. So that's a good sign, right? It's smeared a little bit. I have to work at this. And then get back to you. But I'm still going to use it because we made it. Right? Right. But it was this way. But at any rate, the reason that I did it that way, was it this way? I have to figure out where this meets. I'm all kinds of confused now. Maybe it was this way. Yeah, it like I said, it's not exactly how I thought it was gonna look, but that's okay. So I'm just trimming this. With scissors, so I kind of have a guide as to where to cut, because I just need it to be just slightly smaller than the frame. And then once I put it in, I think it'll make a little more sense. But at any rate, I think this was semi-successful, but I still need to do a little more trial and error with this to see what really is the best way to do it. But it can be done. I can tell you that much. It can be done. I just kind of want to because you can see all the detail there. I just really think you have to heat set it really well. I think that's the kind of probably the ticket. Okay. So this is, wait, did I flip this around again? What's going on? I don't know what I'm going. I thought I had it right. Lord. I don't know what's happening. Wait. No. No. Something's not. The dots aren't connecting here. It has to be this way. Maybe this is how it goes. Yeah, maybe the ink does get too hot. Am I out of the frame? I don't know, you guys. I think I had it right the first time. Yeah, this has to be it. Okay, so basically I'm just gonna finish this up. So there's our base that we cut out of the foam. So that part, we're all good there. Oh, I did say we were gonna put some of the candy stripe in there, huh? So here's what I can do. I'll get this die out. It's the same size die that we cut out the middle from. And then we'll just take a piece. I think we'll use this piece, the red piece. And again, this is from the Candy Stripe paper pad. So I'll just cut a piece of this so it can go like in as the backer and be the background of everything. But I'm glad you guys went on this journey with me tonight. Even though it didn't exactly work out how I thought it was going to, but we'll get there. But as you can see, things don't always work the first, you know, four times you do it. But I'm really determined now, so I'm telling you what, I'm gonna really, this weekend, I am gonna try this again. I'm gonna try it with a regular laminator too, and not just the Mink, because that could, maybe it is too hot for that, potentially. Or, you know what, I might just go straight to the source and ask her, what am I doing wrong? That could be it. Maybe I'll send her an email and say, help. Okay, so I'm just gonna get some tape runner, pop this piece into the bottom. into the back. And then I have some Christmas holiday. This is a sequin mix. This was actually from last year's Christmas box. So I'll put some of that down in there. And then I also have from some snowflakes, iridescent snowflakes from the Christmas kit. So then this, I'll set her aside. And then I'm going to put a little bit of both here. Some tape runner and liquid adhesive. I think I messed this up again, you guys. Whatever. Now if the glue would just spin around and I could see if I was right. Oh, yeah, this is Gina K glue. I got it for free in a gift bag, as a matter of fact. As a matter of fact, that is where I acquired this glue. All right, so let's glue this on. Because at this point, I have to like redo this card anyways, because it's not exactly how I wanted it to go. So if it's not perfect, whatever. But we have our liquid adhesive there. And then I'm just gonna make sure. I don't know why this doesn't seem like it's lined up at all to me at this point, but close enough, right? Perfection is overrated. You are correct. So put some tape runner, but I'm also going to put liquid adhesive. Okay. But regardless of our little ink debacle, we do have ourselves ended up with a really fun shaker with a really pretty frame, the poinsettia frame. Yeah, it doesn't need to be perfect, but I don't know, it's okay. It's okay. I want to make it look better. I guess that's the thing. So yeah, but you could put a sentiment on the bottom. You could pop one up like in the middle, like a Merry Christmas, or on this stamp set, for example, the joy would look really pretty on there. Happy holidays. You could put that on a sentiment strip and heat emboss it if you like. But then you have the inside of your card. And like I said, the reason of the foam, the black foam, it has a black border, so you don't really see that when you open the card. But yeah, so the white basically extends off of the border onto the frame. That was kind of the idea. Yeah, I didn't want to give up, but this is the result. I will find out. I will make that promise, you guys. I will find out the exact reason as to what I was doing wrong, and try it some more, and then we'll have to give it another go so we can get to the bottom of it. If you wanted to, you could always have just put the piece that you cut out into the back. You could have done that as well, so then it was like three-dimensional, but I kind of like the candy striped paper in the back with the shaker around anyways. So that's kind of it. That was my goal for the evening. I'm glad we were able to attempt something new. We were able to make a holiday card and get started, and we were able to spend some time together. So I want to thank you guys for joining us. And I really do like the way this looks with the fake snow in there. I really like that a lot. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today. This is just the beginning of the holiday season, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited to begin making more stuff, like maybe some shaker tags and all that kind of thing. But all right, so you guys have a great night. I hope you had a wonderful Tuesday, and I hope you will join us again soon. Look for Shannon to be live tomorrow, I believe on our Brutus Monroe Facebook page. She's live around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure you watch for Shannon. She does some really wonderful projects. So again, you guys have a great night, and we will see you again soon. Bye.